Chef Kevin's got 2 meatless recipes for us today for people who are practicing Lent, don't want to eat meat. And I'm already been a pain to convince.
No, you're not.
I am. You are so accommodating to me.
But we always talk about using things that you like, and you
Yeah.
have to use things that you like. Eh? So if you're like someone that doesn't like peas or green beans, you can substitute other vegetables. I'm using the green beans. I'm using peas. I'm using corn. I have some red and orange bell peppers diced up. And we're going to put lentils into this, but first off...
Lentils are such a good bean, too.
And it's a great protein.
Yeah.
You know, this all started because someone asked me, I have a little butter and a little flour here just to make a quick roux.
Okay.
A friend says, hey, you know, I'm not the biggest seafood fan, and it's Lent, and I'm trying not to eat meat on Fridays, so can you make some stuff that some of us have options with?
So let me ask you, what are you calling this dish? Because I know you're lining the top of it with these tater tots. So would it be like a casserole, or?
Yeah, it's like a tater tot lentil casserole.
Okay.
All right. So basically, we just want to get the flour cooked just a little bit. Now, earlier, I sauteed some onions and mushrooms.
And they're delicious, by the way.
That's what I have over here. So this roux is going to help thicken. I have a little vegetable stock here. This is a vegetable stock that's a paste. I just like to go ahead and get this in right here. I could put this in our water to dissolve it.
Now, this may be a dumb question,
What's
but
that?
What kind of vegetable stock is that? What kind of vegetable is in it?
They make them from different vegetables. I'm not really sure. They take the vegetables and they roast them off to make the stock.
Oh, okay.
You know, they'll use different ones. But here...
You can clearly tell I don't cook.
Yeah, and you can clearly tell you caught me by surprise with that one.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
That's half the fun of this job.
We'll get a little stock in. We're going to get a little milk in.
Now, what kind of milk are you putting in?
You can use almond milk. You can use regular milk.
Like
you
whole
can
milk,
use,
2%?
Yeah, I always keep 1% at home.
Okay.
I started doing that because the boys, when they were younger, they used to drink so much milk. They used to drink they would go through 3 gallons of milk a week.
I would
and
do
too
the
much
same
of
thing,
anything
yeah.
isn't good for you. So that's why I decided to go to a lower fat.
And now when all this gets you got a bunch of onions and peppers and stuff over there.
This is going to be a separate dish.
Oh,
This is going to be one, we're going to saute all these vegetables on. That's bell peppers with onions. We're going to saute that down, put in black beans, put in some brown rice
So
in
you're
that.
making 2 different bean
I'm
dishes.
doing 2 different
Got
ones.
it. All right.
Now this one is going to bake in the oven because once we get this to boil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our mushrooms and our onions that we've sauteed off here. We're going to put some of this into the pan here.
For me, that could be a meal in itself.
Oh, I know, huh? But we'll get in some lentils, and then we'll get in our other vegetables.
Okay.
Line the top with tater tots, and we're going to cover it and bake it.
What makes you think of putting tater tots on?
You know,
Have you
it was
done it
a
before?
nice way for potatoes, you know?
Oh, okay.
Monica loves tater tots.
Well, most of us do, yeah.
You know, and so it was just, instead of using, like, you could do sliced potatoes on top or mashed potatoes or hash browns. But gang, try tater tots.
And these are frozen, so you're going to put them on frozen. All right.
I'm going to put them on frozen, and they're going to
right.
bake 425.
We'll have more of Chef Kev's recipe coming up in our 7 o'clock hour when we switch over to WUPL. If you'd like to get this recipe or any other recipe, you can always go to our website, WWLTV.com. You can also find them on our Roku channel. As I said, we'll be back in the kitchen at 7 o'clock. Which one of these dishes are you going to try, Leslie?
Oh, you know I'm trying both.